No. Guys. Right then.
What's up, YouTube and Facebook, and welcome back to Not Quite Mint. I'm Tom.
And I am Rich, and we are definitely not quite mint.
Yeah, we are not quite mint. Definitely.
We are, but we're
So today we are doing our review show. So we're going to review our top 5 books that we've been reading this week, and we're going to do a couple of notables as well. But we do have a special guest again today, and back by popular demand, we have Straight Outta Crampton. So we've got Ben Crampton in. He'll be joining us for the pick of the week, not pick of our week, pick of the week. Yeah. So there you go. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, so thanks ever so much for coming in, guys. Yeah, if you are new to the channel, obviously do make sure that you obviously hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the little bell icon so you know when we're going to be going live and you don't miss any of the videos that we put out. We're live every Tuesday and Thursday, and we put out videos randomly across the rest of the week. And also, obviously, smash that like button, because that's the best way that you can support the channel. Let's get however many likes we want. Let's get like 10, 20 likes, whatever. Let's go crazy on the likes. Let's do it.
All the likes. That'd be great. Yeah, if you're not following us on any of the social media outlets, please do. We are active on both Twitter and Instagram quite heavily. So yeah, please come and join us. We have a few people in the stream already, Rich. So we've got Geeky Guys in.
Cool.
What's up, Geeky Guy? Tom's in as well. Hello, Tom.
Thanks for coming along.
And your best mate's here again. He's always here every week.
He's missing. He's missing it.
Yeah,
and we're Grey Man as well, I think. Just
yeah, the Grey Man's here too. Oh, and it looks like Ruben was here as well. Hello to you all.
He's always early, Ruben is, but we definitely go live around about 6 o'clock. So, but thanks for acknowledging if you're not quite here at the moment.
Yeah. Right. So, shall we get into this then, Rich?
Yeah, it's been a funny week, hasn't it? I've felt like it's been a very busy week. So, and as I've sort of, I think I've alluded to, I'm a bit. This week's been surprises and disappointments all wrapped into one kind of thing. So, I think it's going to be an interesting chat.
Yeah, I've just realised our names aren't showing at the bottom.
Have they disappeared?
There you go.
Surprised, disappointed. And what happened to you on the way home, Tom?
Oh, I actually happened to have a flat tire. Yeah, I didn't think I'd make it, to be honest. I thought it'd be one of those things where I text Rich, I tell him I can't make it. Dino's in and I'm out.
Oh, there you go. Dino's back, would be back in, and that'd be it. That'd be all over.
Yeah, completely gone. Not quite Tom. Just Rich and Dino.
Not quite Tom.
Right. So where do you want to start with the notables then, mate? Because we've got 2 on the list that we want to talk about. Well, we've got 2 on the list.
Let's save the big one. We'll do the bigger of the 2 books second.
Okay. So shall we do Giant Size X-Men issue 1 reprint? So this was basically a reprint of the original Giant Size X-Men, which I would love to own, but I'm glad I own this one, because I really enjoyed the fact that each individual page was drawn by a completely different artist. I thought it was a really good homage comic to the great writing and just, it was brilliant. But my favorite part of this whole book was at the bit at the end where they interviewed the wives of the original artist and writer, and I thought that was really, really nice. And you also got a Chris Claremont interview as well. I thought that was excellent. I mean, I love this book, and I think it really revolutionized the X-Men back in the day. What did you think, Rich, of this one?
Yeah, obviously we are doing quite a big push on X-Men at the moment because there's X of Swords. So I'm kind of trying to increase. It's a good idea that he's great, man. Watch out, Dino. Oh. But yeah, I hadn't, considering how much Tom dreams of owning the actual Giant Size X-Men. I'd never actually read the story in that book. but not for any particular reason. But so it was quite. I was looking forward to reading this and sort of seeing it in that new kind of like, you know, the mix mashup of all the different artists and stuff like that. And I really enjoyed it. And I think, bearing in mind that we are having this obviously sort of focus on X of Swords at the moment, I really kind of liked how this book didn't really feel that dated or anything like that. And it's got all of your first appearances just coming out left, right, and centre. One thing I was going to ask you, though, is like the Storm bit where they introduced Storm. Like, was it as risque as I thought? This is quite risque. There was, like, you know, a hair covering her, and things like that. Was that in the original?
Exactly the same as the original, mate. But I think there is even, you know, you can actually find a copy where there is a nip slip.
Okay.
I believe.
But,
I'm
like,
not entirely sure.
I read it, like, and I was just like, well, this is a bit, you know, about for what, 45 years ago when it first came out. But yeah, I was so surprised by that. But it was really, like you say, quality, really, really well written. That whole way that they spoke about Krakoa, the whole Krakoa monstery type of thing going off everywhere. I thought it was great.
Oh, mate, unprofessional.
No, tell me about it.
That's it. You're sacked. We'll get Dino in, replace Rich.
Ridiculous. Well, anyway, I don't know. That was a local number as well. That was so. I don't know what they're calling me. It's probably about
job. Oh, mate, I've got to confess, right? So yesterday I took Raggles, my dog, to the vets, and then I drove off straight away. Completely forgot to pay. So they phoned me today, and they're like, "Could you pay for the vets yesterday?"
Whoops.
Story of my life, mate. Just driving off, forgetting to pay for things.
That's it. But yeah, mate. So yeah, really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
excellent sort of like, as you say, homage. As I say, I went for the I think this is the variant, like the did, and which is more like it's got like the classic sort of type at the top and everything like that. But yeah, I was really impressed by that. Very much enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a good one. You
yeah, fuck off, Dino. I'm not interested. Sorry. Unless it was the wife.
It might have been the wife texting you to say, "Can we get the scales?"
Yeah. Well, they've left me a voicemail. I'll enjoy that later.
Awesome. Right, let's move on to the next one, shall we? So the next one up that we wanted to put as a notable, unfortunately, is Batman 3 Jokers, issue 2. Do you want to take this one, Rich?
This is not
in the top 5.
So yeah, again, I picked up the sort of alternate variant of this one. I did not. So the opposite to the one that like the standard cover. Yeah, what to say about this? I honestly, because this is only 3 parts long, and the way it's been billed, the first book I enjoyed. I thought it was quite good. I liked the pace of it. Obviously, the way they ended the first book, I thought was really good. So I was really looking forward to this one. And I just felt like the whole of this issue just got stuck on the one point, and it didn't really progress the story a great deal, and nothing really happened as such. Do you know what I mean? I just thought I love the style of it. I love the artwork of it. I like the feel of it. At the end, that last page where you've got like Joker and it's very, you know, it's like the Killing Joke homage and stuff like that. But I was a bit like, I don't need this from this. It's like answering a load of questions that I didn't feel like I needed answering type of thing. But you know, it is well written and all the rest of it. But for me, it isn't necessarily what I was expecting to get from it. I expected a bit more meat to it, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I really liked it, and I liked some of the kind of hidden bits and pieces that go on, some of the explanations of the Jokers and things. And I feel like the criminal Joker is just a really bad man. And I liked all of that, but I think I felt a little bit the same as you, Rich, to be fair, in the way that not so much I enjoyed it. Like, I thought it was well written. I thought it was a really good book, and I felt it delivered to a certain extent, but I felt like the last issue and how this one's built up has been very much there's going to be all this excitement for these next 2 issues. It's going to be absolutely huge. And this one did just slightly disappoint me in that I wanted more from it. But I think that was just me personally. I wanted more from it. But I did enjoy the Jason Todd thing.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's crap. I just felt like it didn't... The stuff that I was expecting from this series, I'm like, we've only got 1 issue left. And I'm like thinking, so... I can't see it all coming to a satisfactory close in 1 issue. I thought, do you know what I mean? We'd be dealing with. I think we'd be dealing with like the Jokers rather than that sort of psychological, long-lasting, underlying impact of, you know, like Jason Todd and all that kind of stuff. You know, I'm glad. You know, and that's where it was a bit. You know, a bit odd, and I mean, you know, like there's a bit where it's Batgirl and Bruce are obviously talking about what happened at the end of the first issue, and you know how they're going to deal with that emotionally and stuff like that. And that was probably the best bit, just to see how Batman's reacting to how Jason Todd like obviously had behaved. So
yeah, it's kind of like, well, what do you want me to do about it? Sort of thing. It's that attitude, isn't it? Because I suppose at the end of the day, like he is his son, and if he shops him, then it's going to give away who Batman is, isn't it? So Jason Todd's basically invincible in that respect, I suppose.
Yeah, it's tight. I think it's like tying it up quite well to see. You know, it's going to be interesting to see, as I say, how they conclude it, because we know we've only got 2 of the 3 Jokers left at the moment, and it's kind of like. I'm very confused as to what the significance at the moment is of these 3 Jokers. So we need to have resolution on who they are, what they are, where they've came from, how they've been working together for all of this time. I mean, if in fact they have been working together. I don't think there's a multiverse angle with it.
No, I don't think it's continuity either.
And I don't. Yeah, exactly. So that's where I'm just a bit like, how is this going to link together? I'm just struggling with that, and that's what I say. It's not that it's a badly written issue or the artwork's bad or anything like that. And you know, you can read the, you know, it's well explained what actually happens. I'm just a bit like, what is going to happen next? I'm not sure where it's going. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally understand you, mate. I do agree to a certain extent, but I thought it was all right in places.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was bad. And
no, I know.
Before, when we were talking about it, you didn't seem very.
No. I wasn't impressed with it. I thought it was hyped up to the point where like I was really excited, and then it just didn't deliver where I want it to go.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So that's why it, again, didn't make my top 5. So there you
go. Yeah, it didn't make my top 5 either.
No, because we have got some good books to talk about.
Yeah, so should we do number 5, because it'll be easy and quick to do, as it were. So in at number 5, we've got chapter 2 of the X of Swords or 10 of Swords crossover. And it is X Factor issue 4, is it, Rich? Issue 4?
Yeah, X Factor issue 4, yeah. So,
but we're not going to review it tonight, because we have a special show coming out on Monday where myself and Rich and Ben from Straight Outta Crampton are going to be discussing the X of Swords as an event. So we will leave that one for that show. Shall we, Rich?
We will indeed, but yeah, it did make our top 5.
It did make our top 5.
And we'll discuss all of those things, but certainly a really solid issue, and enjoyed it. Yeah.
So in at number 4, we both agreed on this one for a change.
Yeah.
So Strange Academy issue 3, is it? Yeah, issue 3.
Yeah, it feels like it's been around a lot longer, but yeah.
Yeah, it was extremely good. I thought it was a really, really fun book to read. I like Humberto Ramos's art. I think it's incredible. And he really does kind of bring the characters to life, to the point where you kind of resonate with them and you kind of feel for them, and you kind of, I suppose, because they're going through their teenage years, and we've all been through those years. Hopefully we've all been through their years, and we're not genetically engineered. But, you know, we kind of resonate to their things that they're going through. And I liked there's a bit at the end with in the middle, they kind of get a bit of bullying going on, and there's a little bit of banter between little Dormammu and one of the Norse god characters whose name I keep forgetting.
Is it Ike? Is it, or something like that?
That's it. I think Ike. I thought that was really good. I like that dynamic. I like that they're kind of they've got this kind of old school X-Men thing where they're both after the same girl, which is kind of cool. But there's a bit where Dormammu's like obviously trying to keep this badass appearance that he's his dad's son and he's this badass guy that's on fire and he's got an attitude problem. But then he just shows these teeny weeny tiny little glimpse of like, actually, I'm really soft. And I thought that's really cool because he's playing on that, but equally he's trying to look cool in front of all the boys, as it were. I like that. I thought that was really good. What did you think, Rich?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those that it's obviously written by Scotty Young.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed I Hate Fairyland, which obviously you lent me to read. I was and it has that kind of that like nice midpoint for me where it's not like, you know, really soft and lovely and like, you know, not my kind of thing, but it's got
lovely books.
It's got enough like threat and interest where there's stuff going on, but it's got at the core of it with Scott Young's writing, it's got a really good, like, entertaining, funny core. So when I read it, it makes me feel nice, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I enjoy reading it.
It thaws that ice heart of yours.
but yeah, and I think it's like what you said, because you've got that, you know, there's like that edge to it. Like that's slightly especially this issue where it's slightly creepy and all the rest of it. And obviously at the end of this issue we get our first kind of element of like that there's actually a real threat lurking in the background as well. Which again was really good. So rather than like hashing over, you know, we had like obviously a lot of exposition in the first one. Second one was like what's it like to be in this school, and this one's like, okay, a bit more about the relationships between the characters, and then where's it actually going. And there's this like, there does seem to be this kind of sort of sinister edge that's sort of coming through. So it just ticked all boxes for me. So I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, I think I totally agree. I think it's really good. I like that it's school based. Also, what I really like about it, which I think is nice, is they're all brand new, spanking new characters, apart from the teachers, and it's just nice to learn about these new characters and go on their journey as they build their kind of thing in the Marvel universe. I think it's great.
Well, I think because I think like we get a lot of you know, there's so much bloody hype, isn't there? And you look at how like the whole virus hype fell flat on its face from in Venom, and like a bit similar with like Black Winter as well.
Yeah,
it's like a bit, you know, everybody's a bit put off by that. But when you look at these, it's actually quite refreshing to actually have some unexpected character come in and just be, do you know what I mean? Just be like really surprised that they're actually good, you know. So that's my kind of view, anyway.
Yeah, I would 100% agree. I think.
Cool. Let's move on to number 3.
Number 3. So this one actually was really shocking for me. So we're going in for Death Metal Multiverse's End. Now I didn't expect this to be any good, but do you want to take this one, Rich?
Yeah, by all means. Again, much like yourself, this wasn't even on my top 5 to read. This was something that I read as a bit of an afterthought. But I read it because obviously we are reading obviously death metal, all the death metal, and so far actually all the tie-ins have actually been really good. But my new legend is this guy here, Captain Carrot. How the heck this I'd never heard of him before, and I read this and I came away thinking, why am I such a fan of an animated rabbit? You know, I did like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the film, when that came out, but
Bugs Bunny, mate.
Ever had love for an animated rabbit in a long time.
Oh, mate, Bugs Bunny, happy days.
Yeah, he's a classic though, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm really surprised, and it just makes perfect sense with everything that's going on. With stuff.
Very funny, Dino.
sabotage Tom, get the grill out. But yeah, I just really liked it. I liked, you know, I thought it was really funny. It was unexpected. It makes sense, and it just leads on into, I think it's a couple of weeks, isn't it? I think when we get Death Metal Part 4.
Yeah.
And yeah,
what I like about the tie-ins for this particular run, the Death Metal run, and like, is that they actually have something to do with the story, and they all help the story build up. It's not like Empire where everything's just a bit meh, apart from the one shots. This one shot leads nicely into the whole of death metal, and it helps you understand what's going on behind the scenes in other places and this, that, and the other. I think the Owl dude, who's the alternate version of Batman from
Owlman.
Yeah, Owlman, man. I thought he was cool. I really liked his character in this, and I liked that they played on the fact that he's not the first one. I liked that. John Stewart is in this one. He's one of my favorite Green Lanterns, so I liked that bit. But like you said, for me, without a shadow of a doubt, the best thing about this book was Captain Carrot.
Carrot.
He was just so cool. And I really hope they do more with him as a character going forward. I mean, they probably won't. He's probably just a flash in the pan job, but it's cool. I like that. I thought it was a good book, and I'm glad it got into our top 5. If I'm honest,
totally surprising, but well worth a read. Especially, as I would say, essential reading, especially if you're reading obviously death metal. Definitely.
100%. Can't really give it much more than that. It was quality, and I don't want to ruin it for anyone, but it was very good. So shall we get into this would be number 2. So number 2 is Batman Joker Warzone. The Joker Warzone. It says, no. Try and say that when you've had a bit too much to drink. So this one was it's a book of like multiple stories. You've got a James Tynion one in here, and I think you've got there's a couple of others in there as well. But for me, I thought it was good, but it was missing something in places. But the first 3 stories in the book are incredible, and they're brilliant, and they really do tie into the Joker War. The first story is literally just Joker and Bane having a conversation. The second story is about the Clown Hunter, which is excellent. And then I think the third one, if I'm right, my brain's gone now. The Lucius Fox one, is great. And then the other 2, the less you talk about the other 2, the better, because they really do let this book down. The last 2 stories in this, and the idea of this henchman, this first appearance of this henchman who is like teaching all the henchmen to be henchmen. I just thought he let me down slightly. I liked the artwork, but I just thought his introduction was a bit like almost like we were talking about a minute ago, Who Framed Roger Rabbit kind of thing. It's kind of a bit Looney Tunes. It was a bit. It wasn't what I expected from the darkness that you've had from the first 3. That was really gritty to end up then have this cartoony effect on the last book, or the last part. But apart from that, the other 3 were absolutely incredible. The Lucius Fox one really gave me the feels. I was like, oh my God, you can see he's hurting after all the Joker toxin situation. And the Clown Hunter story I thought was brilliant. And if you're becking on this being the first appearance of Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, I wouldn't bother, because it's not just their first appearance. Bless their little cotton socks.
Yeah, that's it. And I agree, mate. I think it's one of those ones where, because I'm really looking forward to Batman 100 and the conclusion of Joker War.
Yeah, agreed.
So this came in, and much like what we were saying with Detective 1027, whereas like that had like a multitude of stories with only really, I think, one having an impact on or tying into like the Joker War storyline. It was kind of like this one, it did actually feel like it ran parallel. And I think I've said when we were talking about the preview, you just had bits slotting into like what's actually happening in Gotham at the moment, because there's been so much about the Batman story and what's happening to Batman, obviously in the Batman main book, as you'd expect, and it's about this whole dealing with the loss of Alfred and stuff, if nothing else. Whereas this, it showed all those different characters. So it showed like your Luke Fox, and it showed like, you know, a little bit about like what's Joker trying to do, and you know, he has 5 minutes to take out and go and, you know, antagonize Bane a little bit to build something.
That build up that's coming in. Oh, it's the Poison Ivy story at the end. Poison Ivy, like, what is this about?
Yeah, that had no real relevance at all, did it? Oh, the only thing with that was that I think there was a part in Batman where you saw Harley and Poison Ivy kind of together in that like sort of Eden Green place, and then like obviously Harley went off to help Batman, and then Poison Ivy wasn't bothered, and then obviously you've got these clowns, you know, sort of obviously trying to cause trouble for Poison Ivy, who now is the Ivy Queen. Is that right?
What's that all about? I don't understand.
Well,
I understand what they're trying to do. They're like build it up for 2022. Sorry, 2021. Sorry, I'm a year ahead. For that and the Bane story, but the Bane story was so much better. And then they just, I like Poison Ivy. I think she's a great character, and I like that she's kind of got that. That she used to be good, now she's bad, but she loves plants, and she's just trying to basically take out humanity. I kind of like that. But what they did with her in this is this, like, they just ramped her up a little bit to the point where you're like, man, she's still the same. She's got a different name. Like, what are you trying? I don't understand what they're trying to do with her.
Yeah, I don't know where that's going either. I was a bit, So so that was a bit of a letdown, that one. But on the whole, I really did enjoy it. And again, I think for me, it just built the interest again, like what we've been talking about bringing the whole of the Bat family together for this conclusion. Because I think we were sort of saying, how are they going to wrap it all up in Batman 100? And you can sort of see the turning of the tide, I think, with this issue, which was quite good.
I'm looking forward to see what they're going to do with Joker and Bane. 100%.
Yeah, Jay Comics, how you doing? We've got is it Mikey or James? We've got popping in. But thanks for coming in.
Hi guys.
Yeah, he's not coming in though. not this week. Do we want to introduce our guest then, mate?
Yeah. So we are now on our top pick. So we better get the man in, shouldn't we? Get him in.
Get him in.
What's up, Ben?
Hi.
Back by popular demand.
No one asked for this.
My missus asked for this.
Okay. She doesn't watch your show. She's just humouring you. Let's be honest.
She does watch this show.
Hello, YouTube.
We've got Ben back.
Ben's back.
I need to throw my hat in with some of your opinions.
Yeah,
that's what you're in to do, mate. Yep.
Shall we do the top pick first, and then you can throw your hat in on the others?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to hold back while we do the top pick.
So our top pick this week is Department of Truth, brought to you by James Tynion. And I actually think this was a real page turner. And to start with, I saw the artwork, I hated it. On the first panel, I absolutely hated it. And then suddenly I was like, actually, it makes sense. Because the whole story's gritty. The artwork is gritty and it goes along with it. And I said to Rich before we came on, it almost felt like I was reading a parchment and it was just old school. It was a bit rough. It was nice. I just really thought it was brilliant. What did you think, Ben?
I was so surprised because, as you know, I'm a bit of a Marvel, DC, Batman fiend, and I very rarely kind of stray into the indies. I know, what a dunce, right?
I'm the same, mate.
So I was quite nervous. I was like, oh, indie, why have they picked it as their top one? Anyway, I read it and it has blown my mind. So the artwork, I was similar to you when I kind of first opened it. I was like, oh, not the like arty artwork, if that makes sense. Yeah, like art that could go in a gallery. Like, so I feel like sometimes that belongs in a very different place to comic book art. Yes. But I mean, it works for like Psychonvich and have I said that right? Psychonvich?
Yeah, Bill. Just call him Bill.
Bill. Big B. B. So it works for him, and this worked maybe even better, I think, because it kind of it always made sense. The thing is with Bill's work, I think sometimes it's literally to the point where it's so abstract you struggle to even know what's on the panel. But with this work, it was like it was abstract, but you got what they were trying to do with that panel. And some of the imagery of like the guys, and they had almost like cut out smiles put on top and things like that. It was so haunting, and I absolutely love the imagery, and it might be iconic down the line of this woman in the red kind of get up with the cross eyes that is on that variant cover you got there, Rich.
Yeah, that one.
Which can I just say, I didn't have this comic. I read it online. Yeah. Straight after I finished, I bought the comic and I bought that variant.
I do that. If I've read an indie that's good, I then end up buying issue 1.
Yeah.
But it was so it gave me, you know, Men in Black vibes. I almost, you know, had a kind of Tommy Lee Jones in my head with the, you know, with the lead agent type character.
Yeah.
I really liked it. Check out someone called, I think it's We Fail on Instagram. So it's very liberal, left wing. Like if you're a Tory or like Trump, do not go on it. But he does artwork that is, it's kind of protesty artwork, I think, about, you know, the government and things, and he does this very kind of abstract, monstrous art, and in a lot of those panels it was really kind of giving me those vibes. So yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, I would agree. What did you think, Rich?
Yeah, I was really worried that it was going to be a big letdown, but because we've had some quite good indies, haven't we? We had like we Only Find Them When They're Dead. What was the other one? Stillwater was quite good as well. And I thought, oh, is this going to be the one that's going to be hyped from James Tynion, who we've been Batman, obviously Detective Comics fans. We love in his current run. There's obviously Something Killing the Children.
Oh, that is amazing.
All these things, and I'm thinking, is this one going to be a bit of a dud? And I was just, you know, I think it went beyond, because it wasn't actually quite what I was expecting from the way that it had been sort of sold, in terms of, you know, all conspiracy theories are true. I don't want to ruin it for people, but obviously when you read it, there is a clever twist on that in terms of how people believe about things. I just found that quite powerful as well. You know, like you can get into the whole, you know, sort of society type of thing, and we believe, the masses believe the media and all that crap. It's like, I just found that those parallels really good for me. In terms of feel, yeah, I was the same. You know, I opened up the first couple of pages and I was a bit like, oh God, is this going to be a bit like Decorum, where the artwork in that wasn't bad, but it was just so different that I really struggled to get into the story. Whereas with this, it actually, and you said it perfectly, Tom, it blended perfectly with the storyline. So it was just amazing. Do you know what I mean? It just literally, everything just tied in so well, so neatly, and really atmospheric read, and it just hooked me in. Very X-Files-y as well. I like, you know, I had that X-Files vibe as well. All this is like slightly creepy, not sure what's going to happen, and yeah, it was great. I loved it.
I love a doof moment as well. When I say doof, I mean like EastEnders. So many Americans watching this won't have a clue what this Cockney is on about. But you know, on the last page where you open it, something happens and it's a proper doof. And that had it.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah, it was great. What I liked about the artwork as well, once you got into it, once you got past it being a bit gritty, is that it doesn't. Sometimes when you read a book, the artwork can be so detailed or so like comic booky, if you like superhero-y, that you get a bit lost and you miss what's being said and what's written. Whereas this is so gritty with the artwork that it's really easy to read the text and the dialogue, that it coincides with the artwork, and it made it a lot easier to read, which for me is amazing, because I find reading quite difficult anyway. But I thought it was absolutely incredible, and I just thought it had everything I wanted from a comic book, even though I didn't like the artwork to start with, which was a complete switcheroony for me.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, it's that whole like abstract art field. It's a bit otherworldly, a bit creepy, a bit, you know. I'm looking forward to it. And again, like Ben was saying, you know, it would not surprise me if, you know, this is like, it does become kind of iconic, a bit like the black and white of like Walking Dead and things like that. This sort of style, you know, I just think it will, like, it'll just stand it in really good stead as being something a bit different.
Yeah,
I think this has got like Netflix series written all over it as well.
100%.
You know, it played out because of how well it flowed and how well the characters were written. You know, it played out in my head like a show. You know, I read, if you're reading the speech bubbles in a voice in your head, the writer's doing a good job.
Yeah, 100%.
And I had that throughout this, and I had, you know, 5 different voices in my head, and that is a joy in a comic book when it really kind of takes you away. That being said, I've had to stop and start about 5 times because I've had a really busy day, but I did, yeah. So I watched it with adverts of life.
So you basically did do it as if it was a show.
Yeah,
Pause,
basically.
come
Stop,
back.
start, yeah, change the baby's nappy, right, yeah, do that,
like
yeah.
that.
Multiple duff moments, then I like it.
Tom was saying a duff moment could be described as a cliffhanger.
So there you go, you see.
Yeah, yes, thank you for T1, our resident translator there. Thank you so much.
Translator.
Duff.
Duff.
Cliffhanger.
Also known as cliffhanger. Right then, Ben, what do you want to throw your hat in on?
Right, so much.
I'll leave.
So
Yeah,
much.
I think you should. Right.
I saw you down there going.
Firstly, 3 jokers. Right. What's wrong with you two? Have a bit of patience.
Story of my life.
I bet your other half tell you that all the time. Just you know, steady on. Like,
slow down.
It will come, you know, and for me, I think what I liked about it is that it was so, you know, it was on the borderline of being frustrating that we still don't know, but it's a second issue, you know, and I think that moment probably is coming in the 3rd issue for the 4th issue to kind of serve as a finale. That hopefully, anyway. Otherwise, I will be annoyed. But the power dynamic I really loved in this between the criminal and the clown, and I felt like it really cemented, you know, how these characters differ. And yeah, I'm with you. Like, I want to know what the crack is. Like, you know, and the problem is as well with Batman comics in DC is that I'm so lost on continuity. Like,
yeah, it's all over the place.
And I get to the point where I have to kind of just give up trying and just try and enjoy it for what it is, and that's what I'm doing with this 3 jokers. But for me, it like The Killing Joke, you know, which obviously, as Rich mentioned, it homages. Homages. I can't speak. Where's the translator?
Tom, what's homages?
But like The Killing Joke, it has some images in there that are so clever and kind of everlasting and original. Like, I absolutely loved. Slight spoiler warnings, I guess, if people haven't read it.
Spoilers.
Carry on watching.
Carry on.
Carry on watching because I need the views. But like mute or something.
And the likes and the thumbs.
Yeah. The fly point of view, POV, was really, really cool. And I'm trying to think if I've ever seen that, and I don't think I've ever seen it. I just thought it was just a really cool idea. I loved the moment when there were some broken chains and it looked like a smile, and it was really like subliminal in the way it was done.
The last on one page, wasn't it? And it was the broke. Yeah, I didn't see that. And gosh, such a simple thing, but drawing that smile or graffitiing that smile onto the mask. Yeah, the mask. Yeah,
looked so cool, and it was almost like when they smashed the face and had. I kind of wanted to go back. Like, I just liked the mask with the big smile and the red hood eyes and stuff. I just thought it worked visually so cool. So, but hey ho, maybe something we might go back to. I don't know. But I just thought
Jason's not going to rock up as the next Joker. That would be cool.
Well, do you not think that's potentially?
I think that's what they were alluding to, for people to think that would happen.
I think they're planting the seeds, my friend.
It could well be, mate. Yeah, they're just kind of sprinkling the old.
Because he seemed a bit off key as well. After, you know, he wasn't quite right, and obviously he had that awkward snog and stuff with Babs.
Haven't we all had an awkward snog with Babs?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I've had awkward snogs with everyone. And I just, for me, like, as I'm quite outspoken about the fact I don't really do Bat Family characters, but it was one of the first comics in a long time where I've actually felt invested and interested in Babs and Jason. You know, I thought that those exchanges were really well written. So yeah, you're wrong, basically.
Yeah, you're wrong. Love it.
I just want to say as well, with regards to Strange Academy, right? I am a massive fan of Wolverine the X-Men, Jason Aaron, and Humberto Ramos's run.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm really struggling with Strange Academy because it just feels like a bit of a rehash. Like it's so similar in terms of feel and setting, and you know, it's strange kids in a school, which was Wolverine the X-Men. And the way they've kind of got better known characters as tutors and things like that. It's Wolverine the X-Men. So I'm struggling to get over that. And the thing is as well, like Humberto Ramos might be one of my top 3 artists. Like I love him. So
just a cheeky plug there. I met him at New York Comic Con.
I met him.
He's quality.
London Comic Con. So. Yeah, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Rich, where did you meet him?
I'll do one, mate. You know the D12 comic that's got Mickey Mouse on it?
The D20. He's got the D23 exclusive. And
signed.
Okay, you win. You win.
Yeah.
I back down. But yeah, basically, I just feel like it's a big rehash, and I pine every night. I howl at my window for a lot of the Wolverine the X-Men characters.
I've never read that series.
Quentin Quire being one. But yeah, so I can't really get into that. Side note, have you read Savage Avengers?
Not yet. No. It is on my little to-do list.
This isn't a spoiler because it's literally the first page. But there's a great sex scene.
Damn it!
That's all I'm going to say.
Gonna miss something.
That is all I'm going to say.
I'm just going to go and find it on the shelf at Forbidden Planet tomorrow on my lunch and just first page it.
Yeah, and then just sit in the dark corner.
Put it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be waiting to see you on Crime Watch, mate. Shang-Chi.
Yeah, it was in our top 10, but it didn't quite make it into the 5.
No, I didn't like it. I thought it was very... the writing was really kind of dated, basic, like very kind of unbelievable exchanges, like no, I challenge you, sort of thing. You know, I just didn't like it. I didn't buy it. And for me, that was potentially a jumping on point.
Yes.
Like I've never really read I've never read Master of Kung Fu or Shang-Chi or anything. So I was like, right, here we go. Get me into Shang-Chi, you know, ahead of the movie. And it didn't. So
I definitely won't be reading issue 2.
Nope.
No. Not bothered. And what else? The giant size X-Men. I went out and got mine today. I order everything online, but I actually walked really fast for a overweight man on my lunch and managed to get one of these. Not the right side, but yeah, just a little comparison. This is an original graded 9.9.
If I didn't see the $4.99 sign.
I live my facsimile life. Leave me alone.
They're good though. I like the facsimiles.
I love my facsimiles. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The you picked up your facsimile of that, didn't you, Tom? And then you were like, I don't know if I want the original anymore.
Well,
I want the original.
Who's got 15 grand?
I want 3 months later. I really want the original.
Can I say some of those pages? I mean, the first page, Alex Ross. I had to dab down the side of my mouth, so I was drooling that much. And then the Mark Brooks panel as well, where they're kind of in the foyer, and Storm just it was nice. It was good. And Storm and Colossus just. Oh, I just want to be in that sandwich.
Yeah, I was listening to you. I watched Hydra's video earlier where you did your Friends with Cosplay thing, and
I'm sorry to hear that.
I heard you. I heard you in Colossus again in there, mate. So what was it? 100 likes on that video.
100 likes on that video, and I will cosplay Colossus.
Let's do it. We'll put the link in. We'll put the link below in the thing in the description.
That.
I'll be like Peter Rasputin.
Rasputin.
But yeah, superb tribute. As I say, I hadn't read the story before, so reading the story, I thought, oh, this feels so current. Do you know what I mean? It's everything that's going on with Exoswords and stuff. It was a great read, really great.
It was ahead of its time. I mean, the Nightcrawler, being chased through the streets, really kind of Frankenstein style. Like I just that for me will forever be one of my favorite kind of segments, and the obviously the Colossus, saving his sister from the runaway combine harvester.
Yeah,
brilliant.
I like the comment where he destroys the tractor thing, and then he's like, there's like a little bit of wording, and it's like something like, and he was thinking, how would this village ever replace it, or something like that. And I was like,
oh mate, he's such a cool character. He loves everybody, and he later. Do you know, Rich, that he's a painter? Like he calms himself down by painting, and he's actually just a really sensitive soul, which I absolutely love. And then he goes all metal and just kicks the crap out of people.
I like it.
I love it.
It's the most beautiful character ever written in fiction.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Ben.
And of course,
fight anyone in silver if they say otherwise.
Fight anyone. You're going to wear silver and fight anyone.
Yeah, I'll make myself silver and I'll fight them.
Yeah, nice. I actually would like to see that.
I like it. I think we do it.
Yeah, I think we do that.
Yeah, I think that's it. Go over to Hydra Collectibles video, cosplay with friends with Ben. Get it over 100 likes, and let's get
If you like this channel and you view this channel, then head over there, like that video, so we can get Ben on in his cosplay.
You're supposed to be plugging my channel.
Oh yeah. Do you want to tell them about your channel, Ben?
What you got coming up, mate?
Well, I only sat through you two talking for so long so that I could. Right.
Sacked.
I've got some really exciting stuff happening. Okay. This week, I've not got one. I've got 2 birth month books.
Oh, nice.
Birth month books, for anyone that doesn't know, is when I invade people's privacy and ask them the month and year they were born. And then we look at the books that came out the month they were born. And I've got a little leaderboard, which is independently judged, adjudicated by me. And it's all very exciting. So we've got 2 of those, and they're 2 really old people as well. Like there's my acquaintance of mine, King Clicks, aka David French, and he is 1972. And then we got another old fogey in Comico Dino, and his is 1972. So we've got 2 kind of 70s issues. And then, right, this week, let's get that out of the way, because next week is the start of my Halloween month. Yes.
Oh, you and Hydra are doing Halloween.
We haven't had this conversation, have we? Tom doesn't do horror films. Do you, Tom?
No.
You know what? We were getting on so well.
Yeah.
What film should we get Tom to watch for Halloween?
No, nothing. There's nothing.
Do you not watch them because you're scared of them, or you just don't?
It's not that I'm scared of movies. I just don't. I've never really watched them. I watched Candyman when I was a kid, and my dad made me stand in front of the mirror and do the thing, and then it frightened the shit out of me.
Wow! Someone call NSPCC.
Yeah, and then
Candyman, Tom.
I tried to watch it, and I don't like clowns.
Right. Wow.
And that's
I think we need a live stream of you watching an It film.
No.
He's not scared, Ben. He's not scared.
I'm not
scared. He's scared. We've got to the bottom of it pretty quick. But yeah, a whole month of Halloween goodness. So I've got everything from spooky themed figure reviews, a mask review. I've got basically chats. I'm 79, not 72. Did I say 72?
That's amazing.
No, David is 72. You're 79. Yeah. Hey, look, you're both 70. All right. People stop caring once you get like into the 70s.
That's amazing.
No, jokes aside, he's part of the vulnerable
cheers,
situation. So,
cheers.
Is that your mum?
Even Emma, your mum agrees.
My mum stopped in just to abuse me. Cheers, Mum. Thanks very much. Thanks for embarrassing me.
Well done, Emma. That's so good.
Is it Ems your maiden name, Tom?
It is. It is my mum's maiden name, yeah.
Is it actually? I thought it was like Emma Ems. Like,
no.
She was just being quirky. That's
my
great.
mum used to get quite a lot of stick at work. They used to call her Stan because of Eminem.
Oh, poor woman. Hello, Mum. So what was the saying? Halloween. Yes, it's
Halloween,
and basically what I'm going to have is some chats with horror fans. So obviously Tom's not invited.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
I'm trying to think if there's anything I actually have seen that's horror related, but probably
no.
not.
You're not invited.
Hey!
But I've got some great guests, horror specialists, and I've got special titles. I've been dressing up, much to my wife and baby's confusion. It's all been very exciting. But so I've got a month worth of videos that are ready to go, guys.
Nice. That's cool though, man. Having that.
But I'm tired. Look at that. That's not makeup.
It's worse.
So yeah, that's what's happening over on my channel at Straight Outta Crampton. So be there if you dare.
Be there if you dare.
Damn! Why didn't I didn't use that in any of my videos. That's a great little tagline. Be there if you dare.
Be there if you dare. Can you go back and just hashtag that in?
No, look, you know what it's like to film and edit a video. Once it's done, my friend.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and my poor view count reflects that sometimes.
But your X-Men one still makes me laugh with the bamf. That was so good. So well done.
High class special effects over on Straight Outta Crampton.
100%.
Yeah.
Love it.
Well, 99%.
99%. Well, that's it then. We've come to the end of the review show. Thank you very much, Ben, for joining us. It's been a pleasure. And please come back, but don't abuse me too much for my mom joining the channel or for not liking horror movies.
I love her and I love you.
Yeah. Cheers. Appreciate that.
Oh, and you, Rich.
Always, Ben. Yeah, so thanks ever so much. Do make sure, as you say, subbed up, hit the little notification bell. Obviously, leave the thumbs up if you do enjoy our reviews videos. It is one for the community, and if anybody wants to obviously pop in and do a Ben, that would be absolutely amazing. Do make sure you tune in because we've got our special events show for X of Swords coming up on Monday. We're actually going to record it in a minute, but obviously release video on Monday and over the weekend.
Don't tell them our secrets.
Yeah, Rich.
Well, I'm not changing my t-shirt, so they can figure it out for themselves. So
I've got a one.
Yeah, I've got to change your clothes. Come on, sort it out.
So thanks ever so much for watching, guys. It has been a blast, and thanks very much to Ben. Go and obviously sub him up and support the community. So I'll just say take care.
And I'm going to say look after each other, stay safe, stay sexy, and see you.